In this video, I'm going to review the educational debate assignment for Education 590. This is an assignment in which you will be selecting a current educational issue that you want to learn more about, and together with a group of people you're going to be staging a debate, because these tend to be issues that are somewhat contentious or have multiple sides or perspectives. So within your group you're actually going to put on a debate related to your topic in which you're arguing both sides of the chosen topic. So some of you will argue for and some of you will argue against. The purpose of this assignment is to prepare you to have these kinds of debates. Education is one of those fields where everyone has an opinion, and most of them have no educational experience whatsoever in terms of being a teacher. But it's going to be one of those parts of your job that you're going to need to be able to speak to these issues, to understand how to read research related to these issues, and find ways to state opinions to others, citing those research studies and that evidence to help other people understand different perspectives. So we're working on some higher level evaluative skills in this assignment, in helping you form opinions on these controversial topics while also being able to cite evidence for your opinion. And it's also an exercise in listening to and being open to different points of view and perspectives, and finding ways to discuss these topics in a professional way when sometimes that's not always the easiest thing to do. So, with that in mind, we're looking at a couple of different topics which vary from term to term, and you're going to be selecting one of these topics by signing up for a group on Blackboard, and you will be put together with other students who have chosen the same topic as you. To start with, the first thing you're going to do is each person in your group is going to collect 4 different research articles related to the topic. They don't have to be for one side or the other. You just need to collect 4 articles related to the topic that you've chosen. And these articles need to be empirical primary source research from academic peer-reviewed journals. So these articles are going to have things, first of all, they'll have an abstract, but they will also have sections similar to these. They'll have a methods section or maybe a methodology section. They'll have a section where they describe the population that was studied. They'll have a data collection section where they talk about what data they collected and what they did with it. They'll have results, and often they'll have conclusions. So that's what you're going to look for just at a glance to help you ensure that what you're finding are articles that are truly based on scholarly research. So as you're collecting these articles, you're going to need to be in communication with your group about the titles so that you're not duplicating articles within your group. Once you've collected your articles, then you're going to read them and you're going to create what's called an annotated bibliography, which is very similar to what I posted for the books that you could choose from for the literature review. It was a bibliography of the books, but each one had a little paragraph with a summary, and that's what you're going to create for your articles, is an annotated bibliography. And there's a link in this document that to an online library guide that really helps you in putting together an annotated bibliography. So you're going to write this in APA format, and you're going, for each article, you're going to include at least one paragraph focused on summarizing, not only summarizing the research, but also evaluating how this article can contribute to your debate. So is it a good connection to a particular side of the debate? Does it have a really good data set that you can refer to? How is it going to be useful for the group? So that's the next step, is you'll create that annotated bibliography and you're going to post it to your group's wiki on Blackboard. So each debate group has a place on Blackboard under the groups link, and within that you have access to a group wiki where you can post these annotated bibliographies. Then you're going to review each other's bibliographies. So you're going to take a look at the notes from your classmates' articles, and as a group you're going to identify 3 key arguments related to your topic. And those key arguments are going to form the basis of your debate. So let's say, for example, your debate topic was alternatives to college. So the idea is that some people feel college is not for everyone and that there should be alternate paths. And so if that's your topic, you're going to come up with 3 key arguments related to that topic. So you might talk about the cost of a college education and that more and more students are ending up with lots of student loan debt that they can't repay. So that might be one key argument. Another key argument might be the changes in job opportunities for students with a high school diploma versus students with a 4-year college degree. And then another argument might be that the access, that it's, not everyone can get in and can get into their college of choice. So those 3 key arguments are going to form the foundation of the group's debate. And then you're going to decide who's going to argue on each side of those 3 key arguments. So the first argument was about the financial cost of a 4-year degree. So some of us in the group are going to argue that's prohibitive, and others of us are going to argue that it's worth it. So you'll decide within your group who's going to argue on each side of those 3 key arguments. Then the last step will be to collectively create a PowerPoint or a Prezi or a presentation through Google Drive to help guide the debate presentation that you will give during our synchronous session. This will also include a reference list that lists all the articles from your annotated bibliographies. It just needs to be a straight reference list, not an annotated bibliography. So that presentation file will be uploaded to Blackboard so that your classmates can refer back to it after the debate. So those are the steps for the assignment. So now let's look a little more in detail at this. The first paragraph on this page says, by the deadline specified in the syllabus. We actually don't have one specified in the syllabus because we have so much going on in this class. I just want you to be aware of the debate deadlines and conduct yourselves accordingly. But you will each, again, read your 4 empirical studies and write your annotated bibliography and post that to the group wiki on Blackboard. And then again, you're going to review all of the articles, decide on your 3 key arguments, and then decide which group members are debating for and against each of those 3 key arguments, and try to evenly split it. It can be tricky when you have 3 arguments and an even number of people or an odd number of people, so just try to get it about even. And then when we actually meet online, we will meet online in a virtual meeting space on the date listed in the calendar. And when we do that, each team will have time to debate. And each team's total presentation should take approximately 22 minutes. So the format will be that for each of your key arguments, you'll have 3 minutes to present the pro side and then 3 minutes to present the con side or the against side. You'll do that for each of the 3 arguments, and then once you've done that, both sides will, the pro side and the against side will each get 2 minutes to summarize their key points from all of the arguments. So the total time will be approximately 22 minutes, and then your classmates will have time to ask questions and have some discussion. So that's pretty much what the process will look like. The other piece of it is that there is a debate reflection paper that you'll write, and so in preparation for that, before the debates, we'll take a few minutes for each person to write a couple sentences on their current position related to each topic, and then your reflection paper will be about whether that position was reinforced by the debate or whether maybe your mind has changed a little bit since the debate. So that will happen after the fact. There are some links here to sample debates so you can see the kinds of arguments people tend to use or the types of speaking people do. At the end of this page, you can see there's a little more information about the debate paper. It is a reflective paper, but it does not require citations or a reference list or anything like that. It's just a reflective paper. The one other thing that you're going to do as part of this assignment is peer evaluations. This is the peer evaluation form, and you will fill this out at the conclusion of the debate and turn it in. You'll be evaluating yourself as well as the other members of your team, and you'll be evaluating them on their contribution to the group during the research phase and the presentation phase, their responsiveness to the group, and their overall contribution. And this will factor in to each individual person's grade on the debate itself. So you'll have the debate itself, the peer evaluations, and the paper all related to the same assignment. And they will have places on Blackboard where you can submit at each phase. So let's take a look at that. So this is Blackboard, and you can see here's the assignment drop box where you will submit your debate reflection paper and your peer evaluations. There will also be a place here where there will be a blog where you will post your debate presentation materials ahead of time so that I can have it available to help facilitate the online session, and also so that your classmates can view it as they are writing their reflective papers. They might want to refer back to statistics or points that you've made. So that's the debate assignment, and it's very complex. There are a lot of steps, a lot of working pieces, so I'd recommend that you begin collecting your articles as soon as possible and start reading them so you have time to create and upload your annotated bibliography. Keep in mind you want to allow enough time between when you upload your annotated bibliography and when your group has to decide on the key arguments. So this is one of those assignments you're going to have to start working on pretty much right away, and be responsible and be, be respectful of your group and their time, and keep in mind that their evaluations also play a part in your grade for this assignment. So that's the debate assignment. Good luck, and I look forward to hearing what you have to say in our synchronous session.